really feel, and I feel like you really feel, and many people within this facet really feel like, yeah, a plan or some sort of organization working towards this final goal, or maybe making some sort of business out of this. This would be great, you know, but like, I think for most people, just even like one friend would do, you know, would be a blessing. Just like one friend to talk to, or two friends, or even a group of friends to be able to talk to about this. You know, like, I've cried about this. I've cried, like literally cried and cried. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any tears for you to cry today about this. But I think I will. I probably will again in the future, maybe very soon. If I really, you know, reach that level. But yeah, like just even friends to talk to about this. It's so hard, you know. This plan is valid, you know. This plan that I've written out from stage 1 to stage 7. This kind of thing, this kind of thinking. You know, I think people might find it hard to relate to, but really it's much closer than what you think, you know. It's much closer than what you think. Or not what you might think, but I guess what would seem to be the case, you know. Yeah, but like, don't you think that this is just boring? I mean, as it is now, don't you think it's boring? I mean, could you really hold it out if it would drag on like this for the rest of your lifetime? You know, wouldn't you like this to happen within your lifetime, within like 5 years or a year? If there was any way to achieve that, would you not jump on board with that? So this is what I'm saying, you know, this plan is valid. And everyone can make their own plan. They can look at this and get some ideas and back engineer it in a way and make it their own way. Fine, I encourage that. I would hope for that, you know, that someone out there figures it out and does this. Because I don't want this to drag on for the rest of my lifetime and not change and not have some kind of intergalactic economy and not be able to go on holidays out there and meet those people and beings from elsewhere, you know, and not have, yeah, what we call like free energy and anti-gravity and all this, which apparently we could have. Very efficient ways of generating energy, maybe not completely free, but like way better than what we're doing now and way cleaner, you know. I mean, do you want this to drag on for like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's not going to happen in your lifetime. If you think like that, you know, do you really think this is just going to happen of its own accord? Like so many people that I've spoken to in the disclosure community with CE5s and people that follow SSP, Space Secret Space Program, blah-de-blah. I mean, they're like, this is just something to fill some hole in their life while they continue to go about their bullshit 9 till 5 or whatever they're doing. That depends on this, you know, very inefficient, corrupt, dumb way of having an economy, running a planet, you know. And then they just, you know, everyone just continues with their regular bullshit and then watches the CE5, SSP, Randy Kramer, Corey Good, you know, Stephen Greer, bless his soul, he does a great job and he's at least given us the CE5 community. But like still, even with CE5, you know, people just go about their regular shit and then come to CE5, oh wow, look at that little light in the sky, you know. And then that's it. That's all it is for them. And then they're like, oh, it will happen of its own accord. Just let it happen. You know, oh, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20. Bye-bye. Not in your lifetime. Not if you think like that. So like, why not make a plan, you know? And I'm just putting this forward. Maybe this is not perfect, but you know, I'm not a business, economist, finance expert, you know. But I'm sure some people out there are, and they might be able to help me with this if they just consider that this could be possible, you know. You know, I was just about to cuss, but I think I'll keep this cuss free, just to keep it somewhat professional. You know, so come on, like, either get on board with your own plan or come with this, you know, and help me with this. I can't do this alone, you know. I'm like one person that made this plan, or tried to make this Facebook group, Countdown to Disclosure, and then someone else asked me like, oh, what's the purpose of this? Like, what's the goal? And I thought about, okay, what about an intergalactic economy? What about actually setting up you know, finding a way to liaison with these people from out there, from other economies out there, finding a way to do it. Like, do you really think it's impossible? It's not. It's not impossible, you know? It's just like before, say, the People's Republic of China or whatever you want to, I don't want to get political. I really don't want to get into a political argument. But anyway, this country, China, you know, the door was closed. The economic door was shut for a long time. And then finally it opened. And then our whole planet just went boom. You know, a lot of the progress was because of this door opening. So as soon as that door up there opens, this economic flow will come through, technology, you know, everything will just, our lives will improve so much, you know. And yet so many people out there, they're just like, you know, they go to their little C5, oh, look at that. I mean, I feel this Pleiadian woman sitting next to me, and they're telepathically saying that, you know, we need to open our heart chakra, and then the earth will, the energy of the universe will, like, how many times have you heard that stuff? Come on, you know, like, yeah, you know, I'm not trying to condemn it, or like, of course we need spiritual growth as well, you know, of course that's important as well, but doesn't mean that we shouldn't think about how to survive, you know, roof over your head, water, shelter, food, economy, you know, like, do people think that it's just beyond, the spiritual awakening is just completely beyond the need for having an economy to get our basic necessities? You know, like, why can't we just think practically about this, you know? And at least if you have your plan A, you know, your 9 to 5, your family and your kids, what are you doing? And you just see this as some, maybe it's real, maybe, oh, it's interesting, oh, I've been watching in my spare time, but it's just, I don't know, oh, it's interesting. And then you go back to your life. At least have this as a plan B, you know? I mean, this is basically like my plan A, you know, this is what I want to pursue, what I want to try to achieve in my life, you know. I'm done with trying to work, trying to do this, do that, I don't know. It was the best job I had, like, I worked as a croupier in a casino, that was okay. But still, it was bullshit, man. Yeah, and I don't know how I can go about my studies and stuff like that. I try, but like, I can't focus, I can't finish the exams and do stuff because I'm constantly thinking about this. So yeah, you know, either I end up living in a cardboard box on the side of the road, just still having this dream, and it's still like this, like 10, 15 years later, nothing changes, and then I just die in that cardboard box, you know? Or enough people come on board with this and fucking make it happen, you know? So, yeah, I hope you use your hearts and minds together in balance to consider this, because this is something that we, you know, that we could achieve with joint intentions, you know. And let's just do it, you know. Forget about this, you know, this like spiritual idea that it's only spiritual. It's not like we have to take action. It'll happen of its own accord. No, we do have to take action. It's stuff like this we have to do. So please, yeah, do your own thing or come on board with this, you know. Thank you for watching this video, and yeah, that's it. That's the only reason I made this video, no other reason.